Hey, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Doing well. How about you?
Good, good. And I'm looking at outside. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on?
It's quite the turn it's taken today.
Yeah, I yesterday was really hot. I'm up north in Mirabel, so I'm just like, what's going on?
I don't know when it's supposed to stop. I was hoping to take the dog out for a walk, but now I'm feeling like
Um,
I might have to postpone that.
I mean, you can play around with in puddles,
Yeah,
make the most of it, the best of it, basically.
yeah,
Right. We joined a bit early, so we're going to give everyone 1 to 2 minutes to join. Um, but overall, I feel like we're having a good summer in Montreal.
yeah. And I think like every summer it's kind of flown by. I blinked and now it's like gonna be almost mid-July, which is kind of
Oh,
scary.
I know. And me, from July to like August, it's all birthdays. It's my daughter's
Of
birthday.
course.
It's my birthday. It's my wedding anniversary.
Oh my God.
It's my mom's birthday. It's my mom-in-law's birthday. It's just like events after events. And then
That
after
gives me
September
a
comes,
lot of stress just hearing that like secondhand.
yeah, but it's awesome. It keeps you busy for during summers. It really keeps us busy. And every summer I'm just like, I can't wait for July and August for this specific reason.
No, it's good, especially like during the winter, I turn into a bit of a hermit. I feel like I really need to be pulled out of the house to go outside, especially with the snow.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be occupied, you know?
Yeah. Same hibernation.
Yeah, exactly.
And props to Vacation Tracker with the remote work. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Although it's nice to see people when we like have our lunches
Of
there.
course.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course. But if not, I'm just home. Like I bring the
Yeah.
girls to daycare, come home, and I'm just in front of my laptop, go get
Yeah.
them, and just go back home. I don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Do you move around like the house? Like I know like Alex sometimes she'll take her like laptop with her and move.
No, I stick to the same spot. It's like my
Yeah.
comfort
Same.
zone.
I'm too attached to like technology, like my setup. So like having
Yeah.
all my monitors and stuff like that. So the second I get like unattached, I'm like, oh, this is just not as good.
I feel like I can't work correctly. I
No,
have to be at the
exactly.
same spot.
It's like a bad habit I like try to break, but just I'm too used
I
to it.
mean, is it really a bad habit if you're productive and it helps you throughout the day?
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to go outside a bit more. Like a lot of people take
Mhm.
advantage of that when they work from home. Like they'll take their laptop and work out, like, if it's for like an hour or two, just to get some like vitamin D.
Yeah, that's
So trying to
nice.
figure that out.
Awesome. We'll give another minute for everyone to join. Mhm. Gosh. Oh, I should have brought my purple water bottle. I just have my Esca bottle. No.
You gotta always be representing, just in case people forget.
It's
Oh, it's like blurring it out. I gotta say the blur on this is pretty good on this camera.
yeah. Oh, okay. Next time. Next time. I'll put it on my to-do list. Very important. Okay. It's 2:02. Um, I think we have enough people to begin with, and if ever the call is recorded. All right. So, hi everyone. My name is Astrid. I'm from Vacation Tracker Support. I have my sidekick David on the call today who will be helping me out. And just to start, I'd like to mention that this call is being recorded and it will be posted on our VP page for you to view later on. You'll also get a follow-up email to let you know when the recording is ready. All right. So thanks everyone for joining. We really appreciate it. I'm Astrid, like I said. So you guys might be wondering, where is Kat? Kat is the one who normally does the office hours, but I have good news. I have bad news. I'll go with the bad news. Kat will be away for a while, especially for support. When I heard the news, it really hit because Kat is, if I'm right-handed, Kat is my is my right hand basically, and I'm her left hand. But the good news is that she's away on maternity leave, so she's expecting and she's taking the time to take care of herself, and we're really excited for her. And of course, we support her during this time. And she did want me to mention to all of you that she's away on maternity leave. So wishful thinking for her. All right. Um, Let me just go ahead and get started by explaining the webinar just for new joiners. So we are using a Zoho webinar. While joining, you may have noticed that you don't have access to mic or video. It's normal. It's just the settings right now. But we do have our emoji reactions that we've enabled for you. So please feel free to react, just so we know that you're in the conversation. Awesome. Got our first thumbs up. And although you don't have access to mic, we do have our Q&A section. And you can find this on the left-hand side on top. All right. And of course, we will be reserving some time to answer your questions at the end. Okay. And just to mention, we do have our polls. It's about 2 to 3 questions, and David will be opening up the polls. The polls will help us with future topics, and it's always great for us to receive feedback from you. Just useful feedback for next office hours about which subject we can speak about, and so much more. So we, of course, appreciate if you can go ahead and respond to the poll. All right, so let's get started on today's topic. So today, the topic is sub-departments and upcoming features within Vacation Tracker. So let's first start off with sub-departments. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and just give me a thumbs up if you're able to see my screen. Okay. Here we are. Can everyone see my screen? Yes, awesome, awesome. I love those emojis. All right. Again, so I'm going to be going over the sub-departments, but please feel free to use our Q&A section to ask your questions as we go, just so you don't forget your question, and we'll take the time to answer them at the end. All right, so within Vacation Tracker, I'm just going to go into my settings on the left-hand side and into departments. Okay. So sub-departments has been one of our most requested features, and we're really excited that it's finally here for you, for us. Just to go into the reasons we created this feature, each company is different when it comes to organizing their team. This is why you're free to create different departments to divide your users. Sub-departments help small and large companies, for the most part, organize multiple departments that share common characteristics. Both departments and sub-departments work together. Think of it as a family tree. And important points that I like to mention is it is available for both the core and complete plans. Of course, within the core plan, don't forget you might have limitations regarding the departments. So the departments and sub-departments you create are part of that limitation. Okay, so let's go ahead and create some sub-departments. This is a very straightforward process. It's very easy to use. So let me go ahead and create a new department. As you can see, I do have my default departments where I have all my users and approvers. So let me go ahead and create, for example, human resources and add a few users there. And here we have human resources that I've just created. Of course, human resources, that's so vast. Human resources is configured of several different divisions. So for example, payroll, recruitment, and so much more. So to better organize this, you can, of course, use subdepartments for it. So let's go with payroll, for example, and I'm going to choose my users. And the approvers, what's nice is Anna is the one who is approving, who is the general manager of human resources, as you saw that I created earlier. Anna can, of course, be an approver for payroll as well. If she's not, that's okay. You can go ahead and set a different approver, and it can be multiple approvers as well. So let me go ahead and put Anna and choose parent department. So I know that payroll is under human resources. So I'm going to go ahead and choose human resources. There you have it. It's as easy as that. So you have payroll under human resources. And let's go ahead and create recruitment. There we are. And I'll choose my users and another approver, for example. And again, this is under human resources. So here, just an important point. I've created human resources, payroll, and recruitment. Anna is an approver for human resources and payroll, but she isn't an approver for recruitment. So what happens here is that Anna will receive the leave request for these 6 users, but will not be receiving the leave request for the other 2 because Deadpool would be the, I love that, I love these names. Deadpool would be the approver for Dumbledore and Dr. King. And what's really amazing is that, let's say recruitment, what does recruitment consist of? Sometimes you might have divisions within subdepartments. So for example, recruitment, we can go ahead and create a subdepartment for recruitment, like training. And I'll add my users for training and who's approving. And of course, so this is the parent would be recruitment. So instead of putting human resources, I'm going to go ahead and put recruitment. And you'll see the tree as you go. And let's go crazy. Training has another subdepartment, compliance. So I'll go ahead and create compliance and add my users here and their approver. And their parent department, the parent department is training. And there you have it. So again, this is very, very, very useful for larger companies, but also for small teams that have different, it's the same department, but different teams. For example, it doesn't necessarily need to be, human resources. It could be the teams that you're dividing as well. So this is a great way to do so. And then let me just go ahead and do operations to quickly show you how that will look like. And it's the same role. So a user can be part of one department at a time. So if I'm moving someone around, they will always be part of one department. Even if you place them in a subdepartment, they will only be in the subdepartment and vice versa. But an approver can be an approver for several departments and subdepartments. That is no problem at all. So here there's no parent department, it's operations. And you can see that they're divided. And I'll just go ahead and add quality assurance. And choose my approver. And of course, it goes under operations. Okay. So for example, here, just to show you, we can see that Elizabeth is an approver for training and compliance. She's also an approver for operations. So she will be receiving the leave request for John Wick and these other 5 users. John Wick having an approver is crazy for me, but hey. Perfect. So that's how sub-departments would work. I don't believe that it's very, very simple to use. And again, if you have any questions regarding how to create this or anything, just go ahead and put your questions in. I'm just going to show you how the filters would work as well for sub-departments. So for example, if I go ahead and go to the dashboard, I can always filter by departments and go and choose the department I'd like to be filtered. So if I would want human resources and payroll, for example, it would show me the leave information for these two departments. And this is the same thing within the calendar for your users, approvers, and within the wall chart for admins and approvers. This might be more, let's go ahead and do human resources again. Oops. And here we are. So you're able to of course filter however you'd like within these different tabs. And this is the same thing for reports as well. Whichever report that you pull, you'll be able to filter by the different departments that you've created. Okay. That's it for departments. It's very short and sweet. Again, I'll get to your questions, but just before, I really want to speak about our upcoming features. And I know some of you might be very excited for this part, as am I. Full disclosure alert before I go ahead and go into upcoming features. So I was reviewing these with our product manager because I wanted to, be sure which ones we're releasing next. And she specifically says, don't make any promises, Astrid. And I just want to let you guys know this is just an overview. Nothing is set in stone, and changes can be made based on feedback we receive from you, the complexity of the features, and so much more. So disclosure, okay? But again, this is an exciting discussion point for both VT internally between us and users of the vacation tracker system. So let's get a drum roll for the upcoming features. I'm not sure there's a drum roll emoji, but drum roll. Our next two features are the visibility manager and the probationary period. I know some of you guys will be very excited for the visibility manager, which I'll get into right now. So what's awesome is that visibility manager ties in with our new sub-departments feature, and I'll explain that in a short little bit. But just to get into the main objective of this feature, the add-on that's coming on. So Visibility Manager is here to enhance user privacy and the relevance of leave information visible to different users. So for example, someone who's in IT doesn't really need to know who's away in human resources. So we're going to be restricting it in that sense. It will be an add-on. So we do have our add-ons page. Let me just go into it. For those of you who haven't seen this tab. So just to explain to you what add-ons are, it's like a marketplace. It allows you to purchase additional features on top of your monthly or yearly subscription. So you can choose which features you'd like and add it and subscribe to it, and of course you can unsubscribe as well. So for the visibility manager here, it is coming soon. It's here. The pricing is 50 cents per user per month. It will only be accessible to admins only. So only admins can subscribe, unsubscribe, create it, and make changes. And it will be available to both core and complete plan. And this is why we love add-ons. It's not embedded in a plan. It's something you can purchase separately from your current plan. And just to get into how Visibility Manager will work. So I was saying that it is tied into our sub-departments feature. So admins will be able to limit visibility for users to their department only. So let me just go back into departments here. So right here, I have human resources. I have these 3 users. So basically, users will see the leaves for their department only. Bart will be able to see the scheduled leave for Arwen and Baby Yoda. But if Bart is not Bart is only part of that department, so he'll only be seeing the scheduled leaves for these users. And how it works is that admins will continue to see everything because they're the highest role. So admins will continue to see everything. Approvers will see leave information within their own department, and any department they are approvers for. So even if they're not a user, just to quickly explain that. So for example, who can I take? We have Anna, who isn't a user in human resources and payroll, but because she is an approver for human resources and payroll, she will be able to see the scheduled leaves for these 6 users. If Anna, for example, was a user in operations, but not an approver, she'd also be able to see the scheduled leaves for operations. Okay. So just to let you know that the visibility restriction is planned to adjust other factors like filtering. Me as a user who is in human resources, for example, if I go to the dashboard, I am only seeing the leave information for human resources. Even if I filter, it will always be human resources because that is what I'm restricted to based on what the admin has configured. This also goes for the calendar view. This will follow the calendar. So again, if I'm in human resources, I will not be seeing operations, etc., in my calendar. And what's really cool is if you're using the calendar sync, shared calendar, you will only be seeing the scheduled leave of the users within your own department. One thing is notifications. If you send daily or weekly notifications to your team, whether it's depending on your integration, of course, users will, if you go ahead and use the visibility management restriction, users will only receive the leave updates for within their own department. So that's really cool and exciting. How I've explained it, this is the first stage of the feature. We plan to add more options, but we can speak about the other options when the time comes. Let's get the first phase out of the way, receive some feedback from you guys, which we can't wait to have. And then we can, of course, implement the changes if needed. Perfect. So the next add-on, as we mentioned, is probation period leave restriction. And what this is, it prevents newly hired employees from taking leave during their first months or days of employment. And the calculation will start from the employee start date. This will also be an add-on you can add on to your plan. At this stage, we're unsure if approvers will also be able to create or edit this add-on, but of course, admins will be able to subscribe to it and configure it. So for how it works, with this add-on, admins will be able to apply the probationary period leave restriction to all users, or they can filter by location, department, and if you're on the complete plan, by labels. And just to quickly show you by labels, what I mean is if I go to my profile here, on the complete plan, I can go ahead and create a label, new hire. And you'll be able to actually apply this restriction to this specific label. Okay. And not only will you able to apply it to different locations, department, or label, but you, of course, can choose which leave types they apply to. So PTO for sure. I know I've had the feedback that sometimes when the employee isn't able to take leave before 60 days, but also working remotely, they're not able to work remotely before 60 days within the company. So that's something that you can apply to different leave types. Admins will be able to input the number of months or days. And again, this is calculated from the employee start date. So for example, I don't have like a picture to show you, but the idea is if the user would go ahead and try to request the leave and it's not, the probationary period is still here, they will get an auto reject response. We'll have a predefined message, but of course the admin can edit this message and it will pop up as the reject reason on the top right when users try to request a leave. So these are the two features. Of course, we don't have an exact release date for these two features. I know, I wish I did, but we don't have an exact release date, but this is what is planned to release next. Hopefully the visibility manager, I can say within the next few weeks, it should be available to you. All right, that's it for me, guys. I know it was a short one. I know it was short, but a lot of information. But if each one of you at least remembers 2 to 3 things or had an ah moment, I can pat myself on the back. Now we'd love to go into our Q&A section. Just before, I'd like to remind you of our poll that we've opened. So if you haven't gotten a chance to respond to the poll, please do. So for Q&A, how it works, David will be reading out the questions and I'll try my absolute best to answer you. If I don't have the answer, I'll let you know. And for privacy reasons, I'll ask you to just send the question to our email, hello@vacationtracker.io. So hello@vacationtracker.io, and we'll get back to you by the end of the day. All right, David, let's rock and roll with these questions.
Let's do it. And for
Yeah.
what it's worth, my aha moment was, I agree. I do not want John Wick as my approver in any capacity. So I think we're on the same page when it comes to that.
Same.
All right. So I apologize in advance if I mispronounce any names, but I'll do my best. So we'll start with the first question from Milagros. If I create the sub-departments now with the users I already have, will I lose their quota information and other details?
No, absolutely not. So you won't lose any data. All that will happen is that you'll be moving around their names. So for example, if I go to human resources and edit the department, I can of course remove users and add them, but this does not affect their quota or any data that they have accumulated.
Perfect. Great answer. All right, next from Carolyn. Her question was a bit specific during your demonstration, but she was basically asking, since Anna, in this example, was the approver for human resources, will she be approved for all sub-departments or will she be just alerted?
So for human resources, she's an approver for human resources and payroll. She will only be notified for human resources and payroll. So recruitment, training, compliance, she will not be notified of their leave request because she is not set as an approver. Of course, you're able to do that by just adding her as an approver to the other sub-departments as well.
Perfect. The next question, as I typed this one out, from Tunisia, is there a way to block people within the same department from taking vacation at the same time?
That's a great question. It's actually it's on our roadmap. So for the moment, no, but this is something that we plan to work on. It's actually part of, if I'm not mistaken, manage concurrent team leave percentage. So team leave balancing, it will be an upcoming add-on. Yeah.
It is perfect. Next from Carla, in human resources, the main department, do you have to include all users and all other HR sub-departments then into the sub-department as well? So a little
Can you
bit similar to the other one, I think.
Can you please repeat?
In human resources main
Mhm.
department, do you have to
Mhm.
include all users in all the HR subdepartments, then into the subdepartment as well?
Oh, so if I believe, if I understand correctly, um, when you're creating the sub-departments, users can't be part of several departments, even if it's a sub-department. Let me know if I'm answering this correctly. Well, if I'm answering your question. So Arwen here, oh no, let's go with John Wick, who's in training, isn't necessarily part of human resources because he's already in training. We're just saying that human resources has several departments and sub-departments, and within these sub-departments, there might be other divisions. So John Wick is solely in training, but he's basically part of the human resources family. So think of it as a family tree within human resources.
Perfect.
You know,
Carla,
if that answers your question.
I was to say, Carla, if we didn't answer, by all means, let us know, and you can always send
Yeah,
an email to hello, and we can answer a bit more clearly.
yeah.
Moving on from Catherine. So to be clear, while you can have multiple approvers in different departments and subdepartments, a user can only be in one department. So for example, if Bart is a user in payroll, then he cannot also be a user in recruiting, according to the tree we have laid out.
That is correct.
Perfect. Seems like Catherine, you understand this perfectly. Okay. From Jose. So this is more of a half request, half question, I would say.
Mhm.
Possible enhancement requests. We have 100 plus departments at the moment. Is it possible to sort the choose parent department option in any way so we can scroll to the proper department rather than fish through the entire list, or allow a type search on top of scrolling?
Yeah, I completely yeah. I can definitely throw that as feedback to our product manager for sure. And I believe if I go to dashboard, you can type it in. Yes, you're able to type it in. But I understand where you're coming from as to having, you know, yeah, it was one of my suggestions too. So I understand for sure.
Perfect. The next question from Romy. If I've already set up all of my departments and now want to create and move people into sub-departments, will employees be auto-alerted to the change?
No, they will not be. They won't be alerted. The only thing is that if you go to the user's profiles, you're able to see, sorry, they're able to see, well, the admin can see that they have been moved, but there is no notification sent to the user.
Perfect. So they will not be notified, but admins can see the like I guess the track record,
Exactly.
the logs.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've covered all of it. We'll maybe give a 1 or 2 more minutes just in case there's a last minute question that sneaks through. But again, if you guys think of something else, like Asher is saying, you can always shoot an email to us.
Absolutely. And I'll also leave 1 to 2 minutes extra after this call, just so you can have a chance to answer the poll as well. Oh, I think we have one question that came up from
Okay, yeah, another question from Tunisia. So this doesn't relate to the department feature, but I want to know, is there a way to customize the report that is exported?
what do you mean when you say customize? Is it to add certain fields? Can you can I get more detail?
Just wait, give her a minute to
Oh.
expand. But I guess, yeah, for the reporting, I do know that you can customize, you say, like the fields and filter quite a bit.
Yeah. So for the moment, it depends on the leave, the type of report. So for example, for the leave requests, these are the default settings that you can configure. If you're referring to adding more fields in the report, customizing it, adding your own data. It's not possible at the moment, but I can definitely share that as feedback to our team.
I think she was, yeah, so it sounded like she was looking more to remove the amount of field it creates. But I think most of those are by default, like you were saying, right?
Exactly. And Sunita, please feel free to send us an email as well. We love receiving feedback, and it really helps us. So if you could please send it to our email, hello@vacationtracker.io. We'd be glad to add it to our feedback. Perfect. I think that's it. We'll close off our cameras and mics. I really thank everyone for joining. We really appreciate it. We enjoyed these office hours. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out via chat or email. We'll close off. We'll give you 1 to 2 minutes to finish the poll, and you will be receiving a follow-up email for the recording of the webinar. Okay, so have a good rest of your day.